I'm going to give you 4 tips. 3 of them are, generic for all Call of Duties. You can use them in terms of all Call of Duties. And the last one is going to be specific to Treyarch Call of Duty. So, World at War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. Now, in terms of sniping in general, guys, don't be afraid to use your secondaries because, at close range, SMGs do take, if you guys have played it, you've seen how fast they kill. And don't be afraid to hardscope. I've seen a lot of people getting shit for it. Oh, you're a hardscoper. Yeah, of course I'm hardscoping at, across the map. I'm not going to try and quickscope you. That's just retarded. Quickscoping is a tool, guys. It's a tool within sniping in order to give a sniper an advantage, or not an advantage even, but a tool in order to use in close quarters combat. Like, if you run up to someone, quickscoping is your last resort. You know what I mean, guys? You really have to not be afraid to hardscope, because SMGs are so powerful at close range, guys, that at long range, it's not a mistake that Treyarch made the DSR a one-hit kill majority of the time, right? So keep that in mind, guys, in order to just be a successful sniper. Now on to the tips, guys. First tip I'm going to give you guys is sensitivity. I'm rocking a 9 now, but I go from anywhere from 14 to 9. I've really been liking 9 now, but in terms of quick scoping, you got to have a relatively high sensitivity. Not only for it's not really for doing trick shots, it's just for being able to adjust your zoom. And I'll go into that more later, but that's a generic tip for all Call of Duty sniping. Second tip, guys, is when you got to stop running. When you're on the move, you got to stop running, take aim, and fire, guys. That's exactly what you got to do. So run, stop, fire. That's what you got to do. You can't keep moving. You can't run, keep moving, and expect to be accurate. It's not going to happen. It'll miss its target. And if you guys, a lot of you have been playing, if you miss one shot, you're fucked if you're coming up against an MP7. So really, guys, rush, stop, fire, keep going. That's what you got to do. You got to stop because it increases accuracy. Now, my third tip to you guys, and this is probably the most controversial tip I'm going to give you. It's a huge misconception within sniping. Now, I know when you see those big YouTubers sniping montages, it looks like they just stop here. It looks like they don't zoom in at all like this. They don't see the full scope. And that's because they recorded off of theater mode, guys. Even for Modern Warfare 3, it's because they recorded off of theater mode and they cannot, it doesn't look like you zoom in. It's the same for kill cams. You'll see it a lot. It'll look like they just stopped here and they don't fully zoom in. But guys, if you want an accurate shot, you gotta zoom in fully, guys. Even if you just see it for a second, which is the ideal quickscope, you see it for a second and you aim. You need that, or else it's gonna consider it to be Treyarch or Call of Duty considers it to be a no scope. So keep that in mind. That's another tip. My third tip to you guys, honestly, this is specific towards Black Ops 2, guys, and it's the most important thing to think about. Treyarch Call of Duties are, they're notorious for having snipers that zoom in slower than Infinity Ward. And I'm not saying it's bad. I in fact enjoy Black Ops or Treyarch sniping more, but that's aside from the point. What you got to do, most of your targets are going to be running, right? So if they're running and by the time you zoom in, guys, if they're running, they're not going to be in the same place. They're going to move from here to here. So what you got to be able to do is, I'm not saying drag scope 24/7 like this, but you got to be able to adjust your sights. If a guy's running and say he was over there, but then he moved to over there, you got to be able to adjust and fire. That's exactly what you got to be able to do, because they're not going to stay still for you, right? You got to be able to adjust your fire and shoot. So those are the major tips you guys have to know for that. You guys really have to just know those will make you, honestly, without those you won't be a successful quickscoper. It just won't happen. Those are the most important tips I can give you. So to recap, make sure you're not moving, adjust your sensitivity, make sure you actually see the sight when you're zooming in, and then again, adjust, be able to, it's almost like drag scoping. Honestly, I consider in this game drag scoping. If you do it fast enough, it's considered quick scoping, guys. It is. And now I'm going to show you my last tip, which is my tip in order to get better. So here we go. This is what I do, guys. if you have a party, and me and Leb Forever, we did this all throughout Black Ops 1, because Black Ops 1 took so much adjusting in order to be better, right? So we would just get in the party about 6, and then we'd go to a private match, we'd go to Nuketown, and we'd all just snipe. It doesn't matter who wins. It's not competitive, seeing who gets better. You can obviously, we did make it a little competitive, but that was just for fun. It was all about getting better, and it increased our skills tenfold. So if you got about 5 people that are interested, or even you could play with 4 people, 3 people if you want. Just have a fun free-for-all where it's like up to a good 20 kills, and you get it done. So that's all you'd have to do, really, in terms of that. That'll make you better. And if you don't have anyone, I understand that. All you got to do is put on bots, guys. Put on about, 11, or sorry, what I like to do, guys, is if you're alone, or even if you're with another guy, because it's boring doing one-on-ones. So what I like to do is come over here, you want to select Team Deathmatch, and then you want to come over here and you want to add, set up bots, and you go to enemy bots and you put 9 in. Usually I do regular difficulty, but if you're a beginner, put recruit, because all you need is a moving target. That's the most important thing here. You're working on your aim and your ability to quickscope. That's all you got to worry about, guys. It doesn't matter what level you're playing on. I wouldn't recommend veteran. That's retarded to play on that. All you're trying to do is increase your aim and increase your ability to quickscope. So guys, those are my tips. Again, to recap, just remember, guys, hard scoping is okay. Honestly, I can't stress that enough. Secondly, stop before you quickscope. Thirdly, remember it's kind of like quick drag scoping. You gotta know how to do that. And just remember that when you see a montage that someone doesn't zoom in, it's because of theater mode. Remember to zoom in fully in order to see the inside of your scope, even if it's just for a second. And fourth is try and get used to playing on a higher sensitivity. Anyways, guys, that's about it in terms of this sniping tutorial. I hope it helps you out. And in terms of upcoming content, I have my quest for the best XPR class setup coming up here, probably Saturday or Sunday. So look out for that. I think I'm going to upload this video on Saturday. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.